Higher, baby. Get him up, get him up. Higher,
We're
baby.
going deeper, daddy, apparently.
Higher, baby. Yo necesito fuego for eso. Can you find the fuego? Not 4 minutes and 11 seconds, 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds, 15 seconds, and
I'm done. I'm done.
I don't know. I have no clue what that was all about.
I'm crying.
We need a lighter.
Oh, I got one. Oh,
Get
I'm
him up,
so
get him
sorry.
up. Higher, baby.
Oh my, real quick.
Not me getting the lighter that I accidentally stole for like a week at a time.
Is it back to the regular? You gonna have to adjust it.
It's okay. It can do what it does. Because right now, not so sober me gives no fucks. YouTube is gonna get what they get.
Sorry, YouTube.
I'll be fine.
Straight like that.
Oh, it smells good, but plus the mimosas and the weed and the perfect cross-faded balance
Yours
of
is
like...
just so crispy. It's so crispy.
Oh, the camera? But
Yeah,
it's crazy
it
because
is
it's like if
crispy.
you're not ever ready to film, I be filming like just waking up filming. I'm like, I don't need to see all my toys.
No, that's
One
why
of
I
them
do like the
go.
older phones. I'm just like,
Yeah.
yes, please naturally filter all the extra shit that I didn't really want anyone to see. So that's what like kills me about getting a better camera. It's like, yes, better quality, but it's like, ooh, better quality.
It's
Like, did I really need
It's-
this
it's
better
so-
phone, or could you guys have dealt with the
Yeah.
filtered looking effect
It's
of
so
my other?
good that it doesn't even look like the real you, to be honest. Like,
It's just like, I'm not that ugly.
like,
That's what it be giving me.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what I don't know what they're doing with their lenses.
Oh.
Your cough could be a beat. Like,
Girl,
that
it
could be
could
a
have
song,
been.
yeah.
Somebody be like, if y'all want to party like we do, if y'all want to party like us, let me hear say ha 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 ha
ha ha.
Ha 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 ha. You look so sad.
It's
Baby,
okay,
I was like, wait a minute.
I want you to die behind the camera. That you composing yourself, it's fine actually. Okay, alright. Yo, y'all, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Mary Jane Mukbang. Today we have
Planet Mars. Yes. Or Mimosa Mommy Mar.
check
If
out
you-
both.
If you a brunch bad bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Check out
I like
both. Check
Big
out all
Daddy
her information. I'm
Mars
gonna
more.
plug everything. Ooh.
Big
We gonna
Daddy.
plug everything. And
Big Daddy.
Hey, it's me. Let me stop. It's Leona. Hey.
Purr.
Y'all can call me
We,
Lay, I
we got
guess.
Big Lele.
welcome back to another
She
channel.
already
So
proposed.
we have the Mary Jane, and we just what are words? We have the Mary Jane, and we just basically did the mukbang. We had brunch, so make sure you please go check out her brunch channel as well. Make sure you check out her brunch channel because we had a lovely spread and a lovely time. You don't get to see everything in one place. You're gonna have to hop over and
Yeah, you gotta show the dedication.
Yes.
It's the dedication for me.
Yes. But that said, today we are talking about what y'all feeling. What we talking about that.
Oh yeah, we're talking about
Talking about it all.
mommy issues,
Yeah. And ooh,
daddy issues.
Yeah.
We talking about sister and brother issues, and the fact that that's where all
shit.
y'all
I'm gonna wipe
relationships
this
is stemming from.
Yes, no, for real though. Okay, so relationships. How do y'all feel like
They don't exist.
they really should at this point? Like
Yeah,
the
no,
world's going to
like-
shit. Okay, so how do y'all feel like mommy and daddy issues really influence a relationship or connection with somebody?
Okay, so if we could be honest with the people. We've had
Yes.
some aspects of this conversation early in the day.
Yes.
Okay, Pero, we want to dive into it with you hoes. Okay, so at the end of the day, everybody has an issue. Okay, you might not have a daddy issue, you might not have a mommy issue, but there is an issue, and you're trying to correct it with every fucking relationship you get into.
Personal attack to the heart. We felt that one.
That's
We felt
heavy,
that one.
'cause you know
Ooh.
what?
She
That's-
said, baby, 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 baby,
Right,
heavy artillery.
Like, hello?
Heavy artillery.
Does it go
Oh
to
my
her?
gosh.
Oh, it's me.
It was hers. Yeah.
Mimosa, mommy.
Be safe.
BRB.
Okay. Good luck with that one. Ooh.
Yep. See,
It's a half a roach at that point. It's the back legs of the roach. You're like, yes, that caviar. That caviar. We can still.
yes. Oh, the flavor. It's just the flavor. It has I'm gonna make up a word, but it has coagulated.
Concentrated? No, coagulated is the same thing though.
Coagulated.
Or no, it's like when your
It's
blood gets
clotted.
hardened and like clotted.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
she's okay. Okay.
Back to what you were saying, relationships.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I feel like everybody who gets in a relationship wants to be taken care of in some type of way. Emotional, financial, mental, whatever it is. And I feel like we look for the things we lacked in childhood in our relationships in a way, or similar, like if we had certain figures in our childhood, like we look for similar things or lacked it. Like, okay, my mom wasn't around or my dad wasn't around, I would have loved to have this, and now
And
you're
if they
here,
both
so
are around, you look for that in that, like whether it's positive or negative, like you said, like you're looking for that in a relationship. It can be positive or negative. It does not have to be a good relationship for you to be looking for that shit. Like if
whatever
you're-
really stuck with you,
whatever really stuck with you or made an impact on you, like, and that's not true for our relationships, but in some form or way, you just kind of find it.
And I feel like, okay, so like another thing is like I see a lot of tweets where it's like, if I trust you with my like soft, childish, feminine side, I really fucking trust you, because it's like I'm looking at you like, hey, not even a caretaker all the time, but it's like I trust you to see this like inner like child of me, because it's like my inner child is trusting itself with you. So it's like, oh, okay, well I'm gonna be soft and small and sweet and because I know I can be that with you, because it's like,
going back to that is kind of like you said, we're looking for some of our childhood in our next thing, and you're looking for that unconditional love or that unconditional hate. And it doesn't have to be your parents, it could be your siblings, it could be your friends. You're looking for that unconditional love and or that unconditional hate, positive and negative. And if I share my childish side with you, whether it's the happy child side or me being really vulnerable and sad around you, but unfortunately it just seems like a lot of people don't give a fuck. They just don't care. They're like, all right, well, I'm glad you trust me, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I want it or care or I trust you.
Like, that's cute, you revealed all these things and all this trauma,
and it makes me feel special, but you're not special.
Yeah, they don't match that energy. No, for real. So I know, like, when I was like, okay, so when I first started dating, like, the idea of like calling people daddy just did not sit well with me. Like, I don't know why I automatically associated things with my actual father. I was like, wait, you want me to be sexual with you and then think of my dad? Excuse me? But I feel like slowly you start to detach the idea of like, okay, this is not really about my parents. I'm not like having mommy and daddy issues and literally thinking, always thinking about my, like, you know, my parents or the parents who wasn't there or actually was there. It's kind of like I'm making you to be the things that my parents may have been or may have not been. Yeah.
That I probably wanted. Or honestly, when you call guys daddy during sex, it's kind of like, it's not really your daddy. It just means you're an authoritarian figure like a father should be.
Exactly.
And you might necessarily be an authoritarian, or your real father might not be an authoritarian, but you know in your mind from examples throughout the world that fathers should be authoritarian figures. They're the authority. They're the leader of the house. They're the providers and the carers. Like, fathers aren't there to nurture you. That's what mothers are there for. Fathers are there to teach you right and wrong and structure and be like, if you don't do this, I'm gonna beat your ass. You ever see those sitcoms and they're like, I'm gonna tell your father. I'm gonna tell your father that you did it.
Well,
and
why
you're
is he
like,
so
oh,
important?
Shit, I'm scared.
Yes,
like,
why
you're
is he
my
so important?
father.
Yes.
When you grow up without that in the home, you're just kind of like, I really have no authority in my life. And
Let
even
me
though
find that somewhere else. Yeah, and it's like because they keep forcing these gender rules on us. Okay, like the mother, we were just talking about this, how the mom is, like you said, the mom teaches and everything like that, but then the father is the one who kind of like you just said, we are reinforcing those gender rules, and we're not really having it where it's like normalized, where both parents kind of teach both, or you know, they're breaking the gender norms. Oh, I can teach you how to fight, love, defend yourself.
Women
everything.
are supposed to. A lot of women are actually doing that, especially when they have children and they're single. But it's unfortunately, I wouldn't say it's not your role in life, but at the same time, naturally motherly instinct is to protect and love and teach you and guide you through life. Is, you know, like when I was reading that thing earlier, it was like the woman is supposed to sit there and teach your child how to behave in certain situations. So like if you live in a poor, impoverished area where the police are just very brutal, you're going to teach your son, be scared. Be scared and be afraid and act this way if you want to live, and your child would take that with them and stuff like that. But your mother never goes, I don't give a fuck, hold your fucking head up and beat that nigga's ass. He pushed you, push him back. You feel me? And some women do carry that masculine energy, and that's why women are kind of taking the lead, these trying their hardest. I think in every girl's heart, she wants that security of a dude who's going to help her,
protect her,
this.
keep her safe. And we're just getting into mommy and daddy issues and stuff like that. And I feel like we also talk about like, boys can be boys in that conversation as well. That'd be it. But no, it's like looking like you said, looking for those features in your significant other. It's like either you had that and you're really like, oh, like I want that again, but in a lover, because it's more intimate, because you're in my gut.
My parents had a good relationship, and I would love to have a good relationship with my girlfriend, and we were going to get married and take care of our children. And some are like, well, my parents were terrible to each other.
But then they still find themselves looking for that same love, because I feel like when you see a love, of love, that's what you know.
That's what real love looks like to you.
That other shit in front of you every single day.
The other shit is something to work towards, but in the meantime, it should be okay if I accept this, because I watched this play out my whole life, and I mean, I don't feel like I turned out so bad, so what's the problem?
No, for real. And then it's also
perpetuating the cycle.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Like, if you don't grow up seeing different types of love, different love dynamics, whether that is gay, straight, lesbian, whatever it might be, and then also different dynamics were healthy, toxic. If you don't grow up seeing a full range of all of that too,
and people that really teach you. Oh yes, I really feel like people don't give women enough credit. You ever hear a girl be like, I'm just fucking done with men, like, you know, I like penis, but I'm just done with men. And I really feel like when women are bitter and lonely and angry, it's their fault. It's a dude's fault, 100%. Because if I had only good experiences with men, and all men were as good as they said they were in some way,
tried to be,
or tried their hardest to be,
and that's what it is. They don't even scratch the surface of try.
Exactly. Like, then I would probably be much better off, and I would give a lot more dudes more chances. But because this dude said this, and this dude did this, and this did, I'm just kind of ruined. But I'm still seeking out that fucking validation.
But then also think about people. Okay, so like that example you gave earlier about like, oh hey, cheating. This is toxic. There are also some people that will teach, hey, no, because if you stay, you stay if you really love them. Let them cheat all day. You stay. They will teach people that, and now you have people roaming the earth like, no, I'm staying because he cheated 5 times, but
I know he's gonna come back to me, and it's just
because
like,
that's love. And other people are like, no, cut it right now because that's not love. Like, really
you can find somebody who really loves you. You know what I mean? But you might have to be lonely for a while, but there is this other person out there still waiting for you. It's like you have to be willing to wait it out, though.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, especially if I live in the same town for my whole life and no one really leaves or comes.
Too.
But it's just like when you think about it though, if you like, let's say you're not willing to wait, right? You like, no, I just don't want to be alone. I have to have somebody, like, and I get it. I mean, me too, like. So it's like you get that fact, and it's just like, but let's say you just waited instead of wasting time with that other person, you would be able to possibly get closer to that option of what it is you said you really wanted, because you would be available for, you would be open to it. But you got your mind so wrapped up in this one person, because love says that even if they cheat and they come back, they love me and I should stay and I should try to work on it because I can fix them. But you can't fix another person because that's not your job. You have to fix yourself. And to fix yourself means to leave that situation, because you know it's not going nowhere. I can't change you. I can change me though. And there's somebody out there who wants to meet me where I'm at, and I don't have to go. I don't have to even go more than halfway.
And I'm breaking myself trying to fix you.
It's
like,
people that's willing to come 70% to me, and I have that ability to go 70 to 100% myself.
Now we're really
and I don't
even surpassing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's two things to that. To be honest, living life like this has been around since the middle fucking ages. To be honest, they normalized cheating, and they made you completely dependent on a man. They sat there and they were like, he's your husband, and we paid him a dowry, and like, first of all, why should I have to pay you for you to marry me when you ask? But hey, you know what I'm saying? But they like, you know, you're my supporter, my this and that, and if you fuck someone else, I just kind of gotta stay, and in some weird way this is kind of like love. And then, you know, another person said that, Kanye West said that monogamy was the death of love. Like you said earlier, I could go out there and there are people I could find out there who are for me and who could go above and beyond for me, and I could go above and beyond for them. And you know what, if everybody was just cool and accepting about like not being as monogamous, so that you can hop around and find your person.
Says that's not, which is okay. So let's dive deep into it. Do you want to say religion, or do you just want to say like historically? Because feelings get involved eventually, and sometimes when you get two people in one situation with one person, it's just, again, that natural need to compete, right? That slave mindset. Everybody's a slave to someone or something. Let's be honest. Everybody. Yes. Okay. So let's say in your mind, you don't even realize it, but you're a slave to this man. And this man, you love him. You idolize him. You adore him. He is the epitome of life. Life is him. He is the reason you breathe air.
Yes.
This person goes out and finds another person, and he wants you to feel the same way about this person he feels about that person, but you don't, right?
Yeah.
So then you have that competitive nature. So then in that sense, if you have a man who deals with more than one woman, especially when he's a provider, he feels like he's entitled to that because he's taking care of the both of you, quote unquote.
I just saw that on YouTube with a couple I was telling you about.
I still haven't watched it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So apparently, yeah. So that, well, I'm not gonna get to their business. I saw that with them basically too. So I really feel like, okay, I don't know. I feel like polygamy is the way to go.
I mean, it might be, but it might not also be
not for everybody.
Some people might want to be monogamous, but not like not so much polygamy, but also being like, all right.
I don't even want to talk about some people. I'm gonna talk about myself. Honestly, I like the concept of polygamy, Pharaoh. Then there's like the actual female there. It's like it doesn't work. It works until I don't feel like it works.
See, that's the point I'm trying to make. It's not supposed to work. And until I find that person where I'm like, this right here, this is the one. This is the one. And then I'm like, all right, no more polygamy, monogamy. You know what I'm saying? So
but
polygamy,
they're not ready.
They're not ready.
Like, oh, I still want to do that whole, polygamy thing.
So basically, being a true hoe, like humans are supposed to be, because humans are fucking hoes. We're animals at the end of the day.
They disguise it as dating.
Yes.
They disguise it as dating.
Yes, the whole point of fucking animals is to fuck and eat and live, and then they have sex, and then they have babies, and then they move on.
But they usually have more than one.
Yes, like when we were cavemen, do you think we had one
money
person?
To pay for like taking care of more than one bitch is the real issue. They too lazy to even engage in a proper polyamorous relationship.
That's because we provide for them too much. Someone told me that the sole purpose of men is to
provide.
Their sole purpose at night for themselves is to eat, sleep, take a shit, and bust a nut. And they make money to do it comfortably. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of like, well, if you want to bust a nut
comfortably, especially when you want to bust a nut in a female, then we really have a problem. Like,
we really have a problem, but we're just making
things.
It too easy for them to bust a nut easily. So we got to make it uncomfortable for them so that they can work harder, so that they can be comfortable.
To make it uncomfortable for these men.
Because what we want is that romanticism more than we want that money. But that money does help, though. Like, I get excited, and that's only because romanticism is dead these days.
Honestly, the money feels really romantic. That's what they show romance.
Yeah, because money is valuable to men.
We talked about that earlier too. It's just like boys would be like, you share toys. Boys, can I play with your toys? Sure, you can play with my stuff. Boy gets toys. can I play with your toys? No, go get your own.
See,
And that's how they treat us.
So so that's another thing too. I feel like when you're dating somebody, we have this like, okay, we want the other person to provide as well. Because I feel like, first off, be my caretaker in a way.
Male, that's your job. I'm sorry.
But I feel like also the problem is, well, not even the problem, but I think a concern is the fact that they're having like, when they grew up, they were taken care of, so they're starting to want to get taken care of too.
Because their mom was the provider.
Yeah, you have everyone wanting to basically be provided for and have this like full-fledged. Not everybody, like every dynamic is different.
Yeah, you got some females that like to just shit on their nigga.
Yeah, spoil your king. Da, 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 da. But then you have kings not spoiling their queen
at all.
No,
at all. Not even an attempt.
I wonder when that started to happen, because you know, back then, as much as women were put against men and they were like, yeah, this is your provider, at the same time, women ran the house. They spent the niggas money. They did what they wanted with it. And before the guy even got with her, he showered her with gifts. He showered her with gifts, and they could not be returned. They gave her jewelry, this, that, and she gotta have a line of suitors, and every nigga knows. Every nigga that shows up to the house knows that there was 10 niggas before him. He might not get her. He might not get her because there was 10 niggas back at the back of the line. So he's going to try really, really hard because I want that girl.
Best.
Yeah.
Every chance he get with every female suitor that he comes across, he gives her his best.
So we went from that to not getting
So
dates,
if you can't afford it, just don't date.
Yeah. How did it go from that, the showering, the going to the, oh, hello, can I please talk to your daughter? No, but we will take this gift basket. We went from that to like, can I get a date though? No, you can slide and smoke.
Oh my God, Mom, I don't love him. I don't love him, but now love is equated to how good can you take care of me? What can you give me?
I mean, it's not even just that.
Especially in this century, I can take care of myself. What can you do for me?
I'm still living, I'm still breathing. Obviously, I can do something for myself. But at the end of the day, I'm just kind of like, it's not even just about how much money you have, how much can you provide for me. Are you willing to spend your last on me because you love me that much?
That's what it is.
Are you willing to spend your last? You could have $2 in your pocket and you're willing to buy me a juice box because you see I'm thirsty.
I feel like that's like when you really go all the way for love. Like, oh, I know this is all I have, but I'm gonna give it to you because I care that much.
And when I see you giving me your all, because money's important to niggas for some reason, when I see you giving your all, that makes me want to give my that makes me want to give my devotion to you. Makes me want to give you massages. Like niggas talk about, oh, girls don't give me massages anymore. Why would we?
What are you doing for us?
You just came
you're offering dick and then you're hyping it up, but you're nobody's doing the dick.
And dry ass.
You're not showing me you care.
Yes. And then you're just
like people are supposed to be impressed by drugs and dick. What else? And they try to be like, oh, women only offer pussy. No, because they know they'll be chasing our potential, our ambition, the fact that we can be a caretaker. The little, oh, have you eaten today? Are you okay? All that mommy mode we go in, that like, oh, let me take care of you. They get all of that, but then they're offering drugs and dick. No dates. No dates.
See, yes, and that goes to children. When you're a mom and you take care of your child, you also see that your child is learning and they follow your instructions. Go get me that remote over there. Go do this. Go do that. And that child is obedient, so you take care of them. You might get mad at them sometimes, but you know they're sad that you're mad at them, and then they continue to do better after that until they develop their own personality. Of course, we
were just sitting here talking about the fact. Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, men are not doing that anymore. Like, so you want to be my baby. Then
so we figured something out earlier, right? And this goes into it too. This whole boys will be boys and girls will be girls, all that notion, right? It goes back to like parenting. It really does. And so like this boys will be boys. Okay, so they get to go be Lord of the Flies and basically run free. They get to talk to girls. They get to be rambunctious and do whatever and all fuck shit up and whatever it is, boys, whatever that means, whatever y'all imagine. Oh, boys will be boys. Okay, they're gonna go do some fuck shit. Cause that's what, as children, as grown men, not all of them, but enough of them. And it's like, oh, girls have to like, we're getting scolded more, we're getting stricter. Oh, dress like this, do this, you need to be about your studies.
You want to be about your career. But then the men will also flip back and be like, no, you don't need to have an education. You just need to be stupid to me. You need to be a hoe. So I get in there real fast. I need you to do this. Like your mom is like, no, be like this. So I'm like, which one is right? Which one? Do I do this to get a nigga or do I do this to get a nigga?
But it's crazy. Okay, so like the boys will grow up. But the boys will grow up and then they lack the maturity because they were told that they could play longer than us. Yeah, they could play longer than us. We were told, oh, you need to start getting your shit together early. You are a woman in this world. Be careful for this. Do
you
this.
Have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
But a man is never taught that he has to take care of himself.
And so now you're out here taking care of men and yourself, but then also wanting, okay, a man to take care of you, and the men are like, okay, what do we have to do to get you? And it's like,
because we don't have to work. Our mom worked, and she gave us everything, and she didn't teach us anything about getting a job.
Yes, now
she just spoiled us and complained to us for doing nothing.
So now you have men looking at the female providers in their life, whether that's their mother or their new girlfriend, of like, okay, well, who's taking care of me?
Yeah.
Who's taking care of me? And then we're wondering, okay, can we get a date? And it's like, why would I take care of you? Because female providers took care of me. You're literally my new mommy. Scratch my head, suck my dick, do whatever you need to do so I feel good.
Yeah.
Like, because I took so long to mature, I have developed the mommy issues now. Because it's like, I feel like we can have daddy issues, but we still go about our life without
as if we
severe
were a mother.
effect.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
And that's the same thing. So it's like they're allowed to do fuck shit for so long because boys will be boys. And then they turned around and it's like, oh, they end up in jail. They got somebody pregnant. They're doing whatever. They're selling drugs on the street. And it's like, they're allowed to do all these things and basically experiment with their life as long as possible, even into their 20s where they're still acting up. But we're supposed to act right. I'm about to say like this video, but I feel like some of y'all ain't gonna like this video. That said, for the people who do, make sure you check out part 2. Our conversation does not apply to everybody, but these are our personal viewpoints. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.